I'm Simpson. It is Wednesday, the 10th of April, and I hope you enjoyed the warm weather yesterday and Monday, because it's not sticking around. Unfortunately, today is a little bit of a transition day, as well as tomorrow before we see a cold front come in on Friday. But for now, we have a current temperature Millis of 60.1 degrees. Current winds 2.3 out of the southeast. That makes a big difference in temperature. When we get a southeasterly wind, we're now dealing with a wind that could be off the ocean. That affects the temperature and kind of brings it down. Where yesterday we had a westerly wind, we had a warm wind. Today we have a wind that's partially off of the ocean, and that helps to cool the temperature down. Current barometer in Millis is at 30.05 inches. It's rising this morning. This morning's background is the Blue Hills Weather Observatory. You'll notice Boston in the background this morning. We do have a mix of sun and clouds out there today, but the clouds are headed off the coast. We'd have a little bit of rain that came through last night. Taking a look at the current temperatures across the nation, Boston is at 48, Washington, D.C. is at 71, Atlanta 68, and then this morning's warm spot is 82 at Miami, and then the cold spot is 6 in Denver. And notice we have this front. This front is finally pushing its way on east rather, and that gives that'll lead to some rain for Friday, but I'll have more on that later. Taking a look at the current temperatures closer in our area, you notice at Boston we are generally in around 50 to 60 for the entire area, and then lower 50s out towards portions of New York as well as Vermont. You notice this cold spot up here in New Hampshire, that's Mount Washington. And taking a look at the current surface analysis, that storm is finally making its way on that cold front is finally pushing its way on east after being stalled out towards the middle part of the country. There were reports of some tornadoes, as I mentioned yesterday, in portions of Colorado. There are also some blizzard warnings in portions of Denver. Parts of Denver picked up a half a foot of snow yesterday due to that cold front moving through. And for the rest of the nation, other than that cold front, it's actually fairly quiet across the rest of the nation. Taking a look at the current surface analysis closer in our area, you notice we do have those clouds mixing in with the sun today. As the day goes on, it will get more cloudy, as we will have some rain coming through for tonight into tomorrow morning, into early tomorrow morning. And taking a look at the current temperatures for Philadelphia, you notice that all of this area, that we have all this warm air, but it's just being held to the south by this cold air that is over us. You notice portions of Richmond, they're already in the mid to upper 70s this morning. That warm air just couldn't make it a little bit further north, but we will have some cold air over. We have the cold air over us right now. That's why that warm air won't make it up north. And as I mentioned, this week, this is the setup for the entire week, or was the setup for the entire week. Cold air north, warm air south, and where the front was, that was where we were having troubles all week. And taking a look at the rain for Thursday, as I mentioned, it pretty much follows that front where it pretty much follows the divide between the warm air and the cold air. We'll have some rain tonight into tomorrow morning. Not a big deal, very light in nature. But for Friday, we do have some more substantial rain, as the cold front actually does make its way into our area. We'll have rain for our entire area. It'll be a soaking rain. Right now, expect about an inch of rain for the day on Friday. Any outdoor plans that you have for Friday, any sporting events, they will be affected by the adverse weather, by the rain. Again, it's about an inch of rain for tomorrow. Taking a look at the MHS Winter Weather 7-day forecast. For Wednesday, we could reach 63 with those showers later in the day. And then for Thursday, we have a high temperature of 60 with the showers early. For Friday, we have a high temperature of 45 with that rain all day long. And then Saturday is when April vacation starts for the high schoolers and anyone in the school system, really. That's when vacation starts. We'll have a high temperature of 50, that rain ending early and then clearing out, making the second half of Saturday a pleasant day. And then for Sunday, high temperature of 53 with the mix of sun and clouds. Now for Monday, we could see the chance of a spot shower, but anything that would fall would be very, very light. Not really worried about that right now. And thanks for joining us. I'm Stuart Simpson. Remember, you can always find the latest information by going to Facebook page, Simpson-MHS1 with the weather.